We're going to start the gaming discussion, whether it concludes tonight or tomorrow morning. It is what it is. We'll go from that vantage point, but that's the last hurdle we have to get this process complete. Very happy to have the non-preferreds passed tonight. The Senate sent the tax code bill to the governor, so we're almost there. One more hurdle to go. We caucused it, came out of rules. I know that Democrats are still finishing up their caucus, but our expectation is, whether it's tonight or tomorrow morning, to get beyond this and move on.
So you think you're good with the votes for the Senate's plan?
Look, I think we'll get there. I do.
The VGTs help with that?
Look, I think the entire package, nobody got exactly what they wanted. Nobody didn't get anything that they wanted in the particular proposal. It's the art of compromise. A gaming bill is a difficult proposition to put together. Our caucus and really the House in general worked almost 3 years on a gaming package. And I know the Senate has worked diligently for the last year as well to figure out where their sweet spot was. There's always more that could be done, but I think this is a reasonable compromise to get done.
This package is projected to make around $200 million this year, less next year. Is that an issue? It's lower than what you guys had before.
Look, I think a lot will depend on how quickly things ramp up. We think the expectations could be a little bit better. We think those numbers are relatively conservative, but look, time will tell. Nothing's guaranteed. Those are snapshots in time. We'll have to see how things turn out. But, one of the shortfalls from last year's budget was the incomplete gaming bill that folks had committed to trying to get done. This takes care of that hurdle. So the quicker we get moving, the quicker the revenue can come in.
This also looks to fix the local share issue.
Yes. Look, there were a number of different dynamics to this. You had the ancillary sites, you had the local share issue, you had the VGT component to it, you had the iGaming, the airport tablets. So look, there were a lot of moving parts, and it's difficult to get all those moving parts to land on one proposal that could get 102, 26 in one. But I think this is a very good shot at doing that.
Is that local share fixed for 1 year or permanent?
It's permanent.
You guys have been working on gaming for a long time now without passing anything significant. I mean, is this gratifying?
Look, we have passed several significant bills through the House, but I know that's only one step in this process. To see a gaming bill finally come to fruition and help close that budget deficit. Look, for me personally, I have traditionally been against expanded gaming. I was against slot machines. When table games was voted on, my wife actually went into labor with our second child, so I missed that vote. But the reality of the situation is, when you're looking at, billions of dollars worth of tax increases or expanding something that's already going on in Pennsylvania, and I think that's key. Everything in this bill can already happen in Pennsylvania, unregulated, untaxed, with iGaming from international companies, with VGTs in the underground economy, and the ancillary sites are just an extension of the casinos that are already existing. So, this just gives us the opportunity to enhance some lottery revenues, enhance the property tax relief fund, and enhance revenues to the general fund.
One thing that isn't in there, though, is the shale tax. Is the shale tax dead?
Well, come on, Jan, 2 separate bills. If you put them in the same bill, shell tax and gaming, that's certainly going to be thrown out by the Supreme Court. 2 separate issues. We'll deal with one at a time. Shell tax is not part of completing this budget process, but it will get its day in court. It will have its vote on the House floor. I know there'll be a lengthy amendment process to that, but just like a number of other issues that'll be up and coming that folks are interested in, as we get to them, we get to them, but I anticipate it will get its day in court. It'll be put on the floor, and we'll see where it goes.
Some of the Senate leaders have been talking about this budget process, saying it's sort of a cautionary tale not to pass revenue and spending separately. Do you think that's accurate?
I think it's always a chicken and an egg because if you didn't have the spending capped into place, I have to say, after seeing this process for a number of years, I have a feeling we would have spent an extra $1 billion by the time it was all said and done, given, the wants and the needs of certain folks to want to continue to spend more and more. There's no ideal process out there with the Constitution that we have in place where we can't have the spending and the revenue bills mirrored together so that it's one vote. I think that is potentially something we should look at changing in this state so that constitutionally, one vote, so folks can't spend the money but then not vote to raise the money as well. I think that, it makes the process a little bit more difficult, the structure of the actual bills here in Pennsylvania. Okay?
Do you think, would you possibly suspend the rules to do the gaming bill tonight? I'm just curious.
We'll see where the debate goes. And look, a suspension takes 2/3 vote. If the debate is over and everybody says, hey, we've been talking about this for 3 or 4 years and they want to move on tonight, we could. or we can come back tomorrow morning. You know, no harm, no foul either way. Thank you.